promise I'm gonna have a theme song.
Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
and TV and movies too.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo. It's Saturday at noon. Let me swap places with the empty screen down at the bottom. I think that's John. Anyways, let me go back. This is the Toy Duo. We try to come to you every week at noon. We're going to talk about all kinds of things, action figures, toys, movies, and TV too. And we're going to do all kinds of stuff. I do have memberships. If you want to become a member of the channel, you'll have some special thumbnails and stuff like that I cannot show you live because StreamYard doesn't carry them over. But I do have some videos and stuff like that on my channel. You can always super chat if you want to support. But anyways, let's get on with the show. Today we got with us John-osaurus.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
And his twin, Rick, Heroes and Villains Toys.
Hey, number one.
And then we got the quiet one, Dandy. Dan from Dandy 1981. And going around the clock, it's Ways of the Sith, busy painting, so he probably will be half involved in the conversation. And in celebration of Life Day yesterday, we got Sir Eric Brown wearing his Chewbacca sweatshirt, or what do you call that?
Yeah, it's a sweatshirt.
I thought he was just wearing a bandolier.
Right.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to tell with the sweater I'm always wearing.
So I'm going to throw this back up there.
Guys. Good to see you guys.
His chest is not that hairy.
So
It's his back.
I do want to say something before we get started. I want to say thanks to the Collectorian on Twitter. If you're not following him, please give him a follow on Twitter. Anyways, he helped me secure Comic-Con badges today by logging in. He already had tickets, so he used his link to log in and just wait around for an hour or so. And he beat me in and was able to help me get tickets.
This is for next year?
Yes, for
nice.
So you don't have to just walk around. You don't have to just walk around in the alleyways and the parking lot beside Comic-Con this year?
That's true. You know what, though? It was actually fun last year to do all the outside stuff. So I probably will be doing a lot of that again. Like,
no doubt.
Parting my time, just because there was stuff that was outside that was actually fun to do. And all the people walking around and stuff like that kind of makes it a lot of fun. I don't know.
So how easy was it for you to get those passes? Did you apply like as a press pass?
No, general attendee. Basically, it's like you sign up for your member ID, you get an email saying, "Hey, we're going to open this up," and then anytime after 8 o'clock in the morning, you could log in, and then between 8 and 9, you're not really doing anything, and then at 9 o'clock, when they open the badge sales, they randomize everybody who had logged in, and then they throw you in a virtual line. So basically, like when I logged in, it said, your wait is more than an hour. And then he messaged me and he goes, yeah, it's saying my wait is more than an hour. But after about 20 minutes, he goes, oh, I'm now 33 minutes. And then like 5 minutes later, he was like, oh, I'm 5 minutes. So he beat me in. He got in there within like 40 minutes or so. So he was like, yep, I'm going to be in a minute. So I sent him my information and he plugged it in there for me. That was
nice.
Cool. And then
you really need to plan to get those tickets.
I'm sorry. What?
Are you able to try and get a press pass?
So the problem with San Diego Comic-Con, they're a lot stricter than like other conventions because it's kind of big. So to get a press pass, you actually have to work for like some certified like press outlet. Now, the one way you could do it is you could get like a letter from somebody, and I thought about asking these guys from Biff Bam Pop if they could do like a letter, because I had written that thing in the summer and then last summer, right? To just kind of say, hey, I've done this, and then maybe I can be like their part-time dude for the 1 year or whatever. But I think later on they have a professional like thing where you can try to get it as a professional, and I don't know what you would have to do to qualify for that. I doubt I would qualify at all for
This-
San Diego.
this-
I wonder if
one of
being
the
the
dumb-
number one podcaster might help.
Yeah.
Maybe.
One of the dumb things that they do though is they always open that stuff up after tickets are on sale to buy. So
Yes.
if you want to guarantee that you're going, you got to buy a ticket and then hope you can get a press pass or a professional badge.
Yeah, the flip side to that though is you can get a refund for your tickets as far as May of next year.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, so you can
Because
actually
it's in
get a
like
refund
August
for
or
your
something,
ticket.
right?
It's like May 13th is the cutoff for
There were some
refund.
shows in the past that I got press or professional badges to, but they didn't offer a refund for the one I purchased. You know, so
Yeah,
I either gave it away or sold it to somebody. You know what I mean? It was like that.
everyone's different. Like I did get a media type pass for Emerald City Comic Con, but that was in like Portland or
Yeah.
whatever. But I just didn't make it up
It's
there,
in
so I didn't go.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Every year, like I had a relationship with the people who originally owned Emerald City. From the moment I moved to Seattle, I was getting free press passes to go to that every year, and they would just send them to me. It would just show up in the mail,
That's
and
pretty
then
cool.
without having to sign up. And then when Reed Pop bought them, Reed Pop honored the deal, and they were sending me. And then Reed Pop was sending me stuff for New York, Chicago. Like they were sending me passes to Star Wars Celebration. They sent me passes to Florida ones. You know, like
Right.
And I eventually had to write to them and say, I can't go to all these conventions. You don't need to send me a pass to like every other thing that's coming up. Because I started giving them away. I was like, I know
why
I'm
didn't
not
you
supposed
send them to
to, but-
Vern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did try to sign up for like LA Comic Con, which is coming up in December, for like a media type pass, but I haven't heard back from them. So I'm pretty sure that's like a no, like not qualified or something. So that's fine with me. But I'll keep
did
trying to
see
figure out how to do it.
Someone I follow post on Instagram yesterday, like a screenshot of their applying for a professional pass to San Diego Comic Con, and said, "Oh, thanks for submitting, but sorry, you don't qualify or whatever." And he's like, and this guy is actually, he writes for major movies and TV and film. And
Yeah, it's kind of weird though.
He made a comment, and then an hour later, because he applied again, here, congratulations, you're now a professional member of. And he's like, who do I got to talk to or something?
It's this weird thing because do you guys follow this? I think it's Titleist Lester or whatever. He does these. He does action figure photography on like Instagram and Twitter. Is mostly GI Joe stuff.
Yeah.
He was posted yesterday that Instagram is saying we don't recommend your stuff. You're now only people who follow you are going to see your stuff.
Yeah.
And it was something about all those pictures. Then I went and checked, and I had a whole bunch of like posts that were not being recommended because of the pictures, and they were mostly they were all like my GI Joes, like posed in some sort of like formation or something. So I think that AI, and it says it was digitally decided. So I think that AI just assumed they were like some sort of war.
You're sharing pictures of the war.
Yeah. So they cut me off. But anyways, let me say hi to some people in chat. Left Coast Graphics claims he was first. I saw him post that, so technically I was.
No,
first.
I was just saying number one. That's all.
Jonathan Redmond is here. He is asking about the super chats. He's saying how big of a super chat is needed to mute Waze for the whole stream. He's asking for a friend. So for your friend, I recommend that he just continue to pop in super chats at increasingly more valuable levels until we get to that.
Yeah.
And it will be a surprise.
500 and I'll dip out. I'll leave the stream. That gets deposited and I'm gone.
Well, how much is it to get Jonathan out of the chat? We have to go the other way, right? Don't we have to go the other way?
No, I'll take the money, John. I'll take the money.
Dandy saying I don't mind being third. Bronze is a nice color. Sonny is here. He is early in the morning again. I think with the time change, is it a little bit later there than it was before? Or
tomorrow.
I mean, like
3 o'clock in the morning.
If an hour goes by, it's always later than it was before.
I guess you're right. Dandy is saying you may not need a super chat. Jonathan Redmond, I think as long as we don't mention Valaverse or Ahsoka, he may just paint the whole time. Yeah, probably.
More than likely, yeah. I'm working on that.
And he's,
I'm working on the Night Mother.
Yak Bat is here. He is saying hello.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
uh,
cool.
Is your skin
what's her
gonna be
name?
gray?
From all the paint fumes.
Agatha.
From his toy
Yeah,
room.
her skin already is gray.
And then Gerard Kane we got. And Sunny is saying it's 4 a.m. And then Miriam Gillis is here saying hello, everybody. Or evening.
Hello.
Top of the evening to you. So what has everybody been up to this week?
I got Yoda shoes.
Sweet.
Yeah, but those are really old shoes, John.
They are, yeah.
What were they
Why
new
don't
in the
they make
box?
Hammerhead shoes?
Are they
Well,
new in
they-
the box or previously
They're
worn?
new. They're new. Yeah, but the
Smell 'em.
box was stored in an attic, so it's not a super mint. But I mean, yeah.
How do you know they're new?
Well, there's, you know how if you wear them and walk around, you wear that, you know, on the sole, like where you put your foot. There's that Vans logo that wears away.
Oh, okay. So
It's not
you would
worn
be
away.
okay with picking up one of those shoes, putting it on like a mask, and taking a deep breath through your nose.
No.
It's a little extreme.
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually have that shoebox.
Really? Just the
Yeah.
box? You don't have
Just
the
the box.
Vans?
Yeah, just the box. I found it at Goodwill.
Huh.
Does anybody collect shoes in the chat? Or you guys?
Dude, the dude does.
Dude
Yeah, the
does, yeah.
dude does.
that's
Hey,
Sure,
hey,
Eric Brown
hey,
collects.
too.
I've got.
I got them because they have Yoda on them. I'm a Yoda collector.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
I was
Eric,
like, wait
are
a
you
minute.
a
I
bit of
don't
a
have
sneakerhead
Yoda.
too?
I don't have Yoda shoes.
I
gotta
just have that. I just have that one pair of Asics, the X-Men
X-Men.
Asics,
X-Men.
Cyclops. I got in the blind bag.
But
But
AJ and
John,
Dude,
I've got you've got Yoda shoes. I just got my first pair of Crocs. I never thought I'd ever get a pair of Crocs, so I got Chewbacca Crocs.
Oh.
Nice.
I've
they
made
have
shoes.
Yoda?
They're furry
There you go,
line.
there you go.
Yeah.
Do they have Yoda?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a
Crocs? I'll
second.
buy Yoda Crocs.
Rick turned his camera off to get that shoe. So I'm curious.
was
is
probably
is
on his
that the
foot.
secret location in your
Yeah,
room?
what was
No,
the-
I just don't want to show everyone
Hmm.
my ass. Perverts on the internet. But yeah, this
to
shoe
make
you
us go
buy-
viral, then we can charge more on the super chat.
So because
Oh,
I
I know
don't,
that's non-monetizable.
should I do a Yoda shoe, John?
There you go. Yeah.
Or
I'll buy it.
old master green guy, whatever I gotta call him.
Yeah. I'll
Here's
buy
my
it.
army builder shoe. So I want to do this with the Hammerhead now.
There you
I've
go.
only worn
That's
these
cool.
one day at Star Wars Celebration. So
Yeah. So you did I miss something? You designed those shoes?
yeah, these are in my threadless store.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Have you ever bought like just the plain shoes and then drawn on them?
No, this is
Oh, I-
2023. You don't need to do
Yeah.
that.
I did that when I was a kid.
did you like buy the plain ones and turn them into the checkerboard ones? 'Cause they-
And I drew.
Right.
I
Maybe,
got-
as a kid, I might have did
My-
that. You're right.
I'll tell you, my skater friends, there was 4 or 5 of us. We all bought white, like knee-long shorts, and we would draw on them patterns and artwork and stuff, and then have colored artwork shorts that were individual. And people
Dude
swore we
collects
bought
bad
them.
shoes.
They didn't. They were like, "Where'd you get those?" And we were like, "Well, we made them." And they're like, "What?"
Well, have you guys seen the Crocs McDonald's collaboration?
Those are not,
Yeah,
I
I've
don't think
seen
any of that
those
stuff's
look
real.
ridiculous.
There's
Did
so
they
much
have the characters?
AI
on the little-
generated memes and crap on the internet now that it's mostly all fake. All that stuff, it's all fake.
I'm
What?
fake. I was generated
No,
by
but-
AI.
Those Crocs that are like Grimace,
No, they're real.
Hold
I
on.
don't think they are, man. Like, where do you get them? McDonald's?
All right, hold on.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
that
where
was
Grimace
from
lives.
Amazon.
You guys mind if I share my screen?
No.
No.
Go ahead. Because Vern can't.
I think they're AI generated.
I've seen them.
That's
Oh,
Crocs.
you can
website.
actually buy them. Okay.
Oh,
That
they're
is
from the
literally
actual
Crocs
Crocs
website.
store. Yeah.
Wow, that I had no idea that was a
Those are
licensed
cool.
Yeah,
thing.
search for Star Wars. You can see the Chewbacca ones that I got. They're actually pretty comfortable.
I saw an NFL
No,
player
I
had
wanna see
like
Yoda.
Ghostbusters Ecto 1 style cleats, and he had like hoses coming out of it and stuff. I'm like, what?
What?
Oh, they're fur lined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're nice.
Oh,
Some of
What
them
are
are.
those
Some of them are
enamel
really
pins?
nice.
They're,
You can get these little
Or they rubber
they
pins.
come with them. Yeah.
Are they rubber?
Freaking awesome.
The pins, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever they call those things, yeah.
So the cool thing about Crocs is
Those
you
are
can
pretty
make
cool.
you could make your own plugins because they sell those little plugs, and you just glue stuff to them.
Plugs.
So like I took one of those old the Grow Goos that came. I have like 5 of them on my shelf, and I just glued them on there. So I'm actually thinking about doing a whole thing where those little 1.5 inch action figures that came with a Micro Galaxy or whatever they were. They came with the little, just gluing a whole bunch of those on those little pegs to stick in the shoes.
And where would you wear those shoes?
We need Toy Duo.
To Walmart?
Design in Toy Duo ones that you could just slip on with the.
When is it officially going to be called the Toy Team?
Because
Then bullet holes on the screen.
Vern's indecisive with the titling, so
No,
everything.
it has nothing to do with that. I'll tell you why I haven't actually changed it yet, and I keep putting in parentheses.
It
is
changes
because of
the
it
podcast.
changes like the way you search for the podcasts and stuff like that on like all of the different podcast sites. If you go to some of them, they don't even show the updated thumbnails that are uploaded with the podcast. It still just shows that original logo. It's not even showing the updated logo.
Do you yourself upload a thumbnail with every episode?
I changed the thumbnail when I upload the podcast every week to match the one that is on YouTube.
That's cool. All that does matter too, Vern, and congratulations on all that. That's
no, it's not just a congratulations to me. It's everybody that has helped, to bring the show along, because I mean, I'm not one person sitting in here every week.
No, but you got it going, and you started all the sharing on the social medias and all that, and that's what keeps it going, right? That's what keeps the ball rolling, so to speak. So,
and I think that but I think that like people will say that like when they tune in, it's like sometimes it's the banter, sometimes it's not the banter, sometimes it's the difference of opinions, because we all have different opinions about stuff, right?
No,
and
I don't. I agree with you all the time.
And if we ever start agreeing,
we're always right.
Just so you guys know, if we ever start being like in too much in agreement, you will hear me take the other side.
Yeah,
because that works with the wife, right?
Right,
every time.
So I'm gonna share this link. So my nephew is trying to make video games or whatever, and he's made like this one. You got to play it online. You can't really play it on an iPhone, but you can play it on like a computer. If you have a Mac, it will like kind of
give you a virus,
use up too much memory, and then it'll crash after about like 2 minutes of gameplay or whatever. But it's like a flying bird or something like that, and you got to steal the eggs from you got to turn the other birds into eggs and then collect all the eggs or something. So there's kind of like a cross between Joust and whatever. But
Joust is like my all-time favorite.
Yeah, it's not really Joust, but you fly around like a tree and stuff like that. So he's getting his start and trying to like write and make like little games. I gave him an idea recently for a toy action figure or a toy action game, and I think he might work on it. So we'll see if that ever pans out. But this is the start, anyways.
That's cool. Your whole family is super creative, Vern. Like it just runs in your family. Every one of you and your siblings and everything. You all.
Well, not all of us.
Got that.
I don't mention the ones that aren't creative.
The ones that are in prison.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think it's interesting, like when I think about it, and I think like, okay, I always grew up knowing my brother was really into art, and then when he went to art school, and then he got his job at Filmation, and was kind of like just a normal thing that I had this brother that was doing like TV animation or whatever, and then like a few years ago, about a year or so ago, then all of a sudden I realized, oh, my sister published a book, and I was like, oh, she's writing now, type of thing, right? And then I don't know. And then just one thing turns into another, and it's like, yeah, everybody's trying to do something a little bit different.
Yeah, which is good. And you're the #1 podcast. So, I mean, like, look.
You should have them all as guests one episode.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
wait. He can't be the #1.
He's number one and number two.
On feet.
I just got
#1 and
got a I just got a letter about I'm receiving an Oscar for my show because
Is it from Ed McMahon?
In the vintage toy category for YouTube.
Really?
Okay, so there's a difference, John, between what FeedSpot has makes their list for, because the two lists that we're on are for toy podcast and action figure podcast, and it's not necessarily the video that we're doing today, but it does get uploaded into a podcast, and that's where the list comes from. Go ahead.
I have a question, sir. Thank you. How many?
Oh, I was calling on Dandy. Yeah,
Sorry, categories, because I know negative 34% about podcasts. How many categories are you allowed to say add your podcast to? Are you limited to, like, you can add it to two categories?
I didn't add ours to any of those lists.
No, I didn't either.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't add it to any list.
It started showing up on their list. I don't know how they. I try to figure out how they figure out their listing, and it has something to do with
engagement, views, durations,
stuff
of
like that.
watching.
I think my letter is going to turn out to be a scam, though. I don't think it's a real thing.
I think your Oscar is going to be a little green critter in a garbage can.
Does it have a picture of Ed McMahon on the front?
No. What it is my dad. Well, it's got an envelope and it says you won an Oscar. You know what I mean? And I think it's like some stupid company that's, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm going to laugh if they send you a little tiny eraser of Oscar.
The Lego Oscar.
Oscar
They're
the Grouch.
using the word like Oscar or something to do it. Yeah.
It only costs you $150 for the shipping fee.
Yeah, and give us all your information, and that's it.
And you can
Just
pay
give
us
us
in
your credit
iTunes cards.
And your PIN number?
That's what I think they're going to do. They gave me this next steps in the letter to how to claim the award, and I'm afraid to go follow the next steps because I think it's going to be a scam.
Probably. I would assume.
It's like that Who's Who book, right? Like when they
How do
send
I put Jonathan in a timeout? Oops, sorry.
What is that? Voted for Rick's channel in that contest, John, but I was informed that Canada is not a real place. And
here's one of the best action figures to have come out in the recent years.
Beauty.
Oh yeah, you know what? Is that a bootleg?
No, that's
What do you mean a bootleg? No,
that's the retro set.
one.
Do you want me to paint it in the correct
Burns'
colors?
brother to get me a couple sets.
Do you need me to paint that in the correct colors?
It's on Shop Disney, Rick. You can order it online.
Colors.
Yeah, but they want me to pay like $45 shipping.
Use free the code magic. It's free.
Look, John, I'm
Not
gonna
in
make you big again, and I'm
Really?
gonna tell you what I don't like about this figure.
It's Ahsoka?
Exactly what I did not like about that Jedi Luke Skywalker back in the day. The robe looks like it's for somebody big, much bigger, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
like,
get that.
And are
you
you
borrow somebody's jacket and they're
are
like,
you supposed to try to make these like split up? Like I don't know how they.
What
I mean,
Ahsoka is that?
The new one from
retro.
It's the Snuggie version.
the new retro one.
retro.
Oh, it's retro. Okay.
It's not the one with
The
all
the Kenner line, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already seen someone paint her white too.
Yeah,
Right.
I got her on the
How's
shelf
your-
behind me already.
So,
White.
has everyone seen the Legacy of Monsters?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I have to set up my Apple TV to do it.
I watched-
I was
Uh,
watching
most-
Blue Eye
Most of the first
Samurai.
episode.
How'd you like it, John?
Oh, it's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
What was
I would like some toys. Blue Eyed Samurai. I talked about it last
Oh,
week
it's
while we were.
great.
It's the animated one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
would
the
like some.
Netflix?
I would like some toys. Yes, it's animated on Netflix. It looks like Disney animation instead of like anime, so it's got a very different appeal to it. But the cast is like Ming-Na's in the cast.
Yeah. Really good cast.
What's his name from Agent Randall? Randall, what's his name?
Sulu's in it. Star Trek Sulu guy.
Yeah, it's like an all-star cast. It looks
Everybody.
Sulu?
really good.
The original one. Jeez.
Okay.
The
George
old-
Takei?
yeah, the real one.
All right. if you guys are interested in, I'm going to try to share. If my thing stalls and I have to give back. If you're interested in the Disney Funhouse, this is all about the highlights of Korean culture.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Another one written by somebody in my family.
So is this an animated?
Yeah, it's from I think it's on Disney, but it's the one that my niece would have wrote.
If you go to Korea, everybody is a cat.
No, but in
They're not
the
humans?
culture, yeah. And then look, right down here, you got the stethoscope. So you're a doctor. The apple is you're a
Or
lawyer,
an artist, or a teacher, a musician,
A painter,
calculator
and
person?
a musician.
a mathematician?
Oh, you.
Disney Funhouse.
Oh, you. Hey.
So let me know how it is, because you know how I am with animated stuff.
So I found out, I was reading an article on that the Monarch series, and it was saying where it was filmed. And it was filmed, a lot of it was filmed in New Westminster, which is a suburb of Vancouver here. And I'm like, what part? So I watched it and I didn't see anything that looked familiar yet. So maybe it's throughout the series, they'll be like in a downtown scenario.
Now, are there actually monsters in it? Or is
Yeah,
it just
Yes.
It's set in the Godzilla universe. It's Kurt
Yeah, but-
Russell.
I
Yes,
expect it to
John.
be like a
Yes.
show about the people and not about the actual monsters, because TV
No,
can't
John,
afford
you
to
will.
show monsters.
It's the
Kurt
monster.
Douglas
If
and
you
his
watch the
son.
first 2 episodes, you will see a monster.
Only
It was
one.
cool to see John Goodman in it to bring
Well,
you into that universe, right?
Yeah, you might see a couple of monsters, and I don't know how you
Right,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I mean,
I hope
was a
God's
pretty good mix.
it's got
So,
Zuki in it.
non-spoiler, the only thing I would say that I wasn't super happy with, I don't like shows that time shift.
Oh, see, I thought this
Yeah.
was a good idea with his son being the younger
No,
version.
No, what I'm saying is it was too much time shifting into
Love
too
it.
many different eras.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
that's what
I
I
can
didn't
see
like.
that.
You wouldn't like the show Bodies then, where
Probably not.
it's
I
in four
started
different.
watching it,
It's in
and-
4 different time frames.
and it's about time travel.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I've been
But-
watching Shoresy. As
Jersey
a good
Shore?
Canadian kid, I got to watch Shoresy.
I live there.
I
Have
started
any of you guys even
watching-
heard of that show?
No.
No.
It's the guy from Letterkenny.
Remember,
that's another show you
Canada
might not have
doesn't-
heard of either.
Canada
it's-
doesn't exist.
It's
Remember?
in the Trailer Park Boys kind of era, style. It's a minor hockey team, like old timers.
Okay.
It's
All right.
pretty funny.
Jonathan says,
I have Grapefruit TV.
oh
but
yeah,
not
Apple TV. I think
Yeah.
Apple TV Plus has like a 3-month trial.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
they
what
do.
I would do is wait till closer to the end of the Monarch or something like that, and then sign up for it, and then see if like you could just
binge it.
yeah, binge
I
a lot of
canceled
it.
my Disney like after that last series came on. Like there's
Loki?
nothing new coming on there in the next 6 months that I know of. That is
No, you just you
there.
cancel. You should cancel every single streaming service when there's no new shows,
I
and then when the
basically
new and then when the new show comes on, you just sign back up for 2 or 3 months to watch.
and
it.
now they all beg me to come back. I'll get a
Brothers
random
just watch,
email every couple
yeah,
days.
the
Oh man,
the problem is,
$5.95 a
like,
month. Come on back,
Yeah.
Rick.
Come
We
back
missed
for
you.
$3. It'll be $3 this time. You get a couple months for cheap.
Unless you
watching
get them bundled in with your phone plan, right?
Yeah, like I did. I got Netflix
free
and Apple bundled in for free for.
Yeah, because I have the Disney, Hulu, ESPN
Verizon.
with Verizon.
Verizon, we
Same.
do too. Yeah.
How are
we
you
don't
guys?
have that. We just get a free Tim Hortons coffee with
I don't
Was it
understand how you guys are doing that. Are you doing a month to month? Because
No,
I do.
just with
When you switch- so, like,
with certain
with T-Mobile
unlimited
right now,
plans.
Like
from
T-Mobile's
Verizon.
got a special going on right now. If you switch up with them and sign up with a new thing, you get Netflix and Apple TV for 2 years free.
Right.
No, I think he was trying to say, how do you just delete
Cancel?
a
Yeah,
cancel
yeah.
a service?
do a monthly. The
Yeah.
problem is,
I don't.
like when I sign up for one, I always do a year because you get like a 40% discount for paying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you do that, yeah, I do the
That makes
monthly.
a lot. That makes way more sense, Dan. But what these guys are doing, they're doing the monthly, and they're saving themselves the 40% by just canceling for 4 months out of the year.
Okay.
Right?
And see,
Yeah.
I don't.
So it
I
works
do
out the same. Yeah, it works out
More or
almost
less. That's pretty accurate. Like,
Because
but
the other
now
thing
they've
is,
introduced cheaper versions. Like they're giving me options like, oh, instead of 4K HD for $14.95, you can get just 720 HD for $7.95, and then
Yeah,
you
but
can get it like
watch-
you can get it with commercials, you know, for
Really?
like $4.95. So they're all based. I don't know if they all officially do, but for sure Netflix does, and I think Disney also
Hulu
offers
does.
a
Yeah,
cheaper
Hulu does.
option now.
Yeah,
So-
my Paramount I paid for the year, so I'm not going to be affected by their change until I have to renew.
It's
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah.
There's so many of them now, right?
I've
But
only
some of them, like
I've
we
only been
rotate.
dipping with Paramount. It's okay. It's not great. Once you kind of watch everything that's on there, like that's new, you're
Right.
kind of like, all right, well, I'm done.
Paramount.
We tend
Yeah.
to rotate.
Yeah.
We'll get like Paramount for 2 or 3 months, watch everything we want to watch,
Good
cancel
way
it,
to do it.
get Netflix for the next 2 or 3 months, watch everything we want to watch, cancel it, get
Yeah,
Amazon. Well, we always have Amazon Prime because Dad likes the free shipping. But you know what I
have
mean? We go
Amazon.
through-
Yeah.
yeah, you rent them.
I have the Amazon Prime
yeah.
as well, and it has the worst of the content. Really,
It does. It does.
I would
Yeah.
say
I'm
Paramount.
watching the show.
Paramount's
What is it
Preacher
called?
is Preacher is a good one. Like there's a couple, but other than that,
I barely watch it. I go
But-
on there and browse, and then I turn it off because I.
Oh my
in
God.
No,
Canada,
they have that
you
show that
need
the
Amazon
boys,
to
and then
get
they have that
Paramount and HBO and all
Gen
those
V
other ones.
or
We have
whatever.
to rent it through Amazon, like an additional
Yeah.
$10 a month or $8 a month or whatever it is. But we kind of need the Amazon to go through that. They all have trials, but like I said,
Oh yeah, Blue
Pick and
Beetle
choose.
just came on HBO. I gotta watch
Yeah,
that.
and Mac.
Oh, it did. Oh, I need
I
to
Yeah,
watch
it's free
that.
now on
I
HBO.
canceled
I
Max.
think okay.
gotta
I
watch it.
canceled Max super quick because there's nothing on it at all. Like that's the
Yeah,
worst
but
stream.
I
service
think
there is.
what's going to happen in the next couple months is you got the Blue Beetle that just popped in, then that Barbie movie is going to pop in
Don't
before
care,
Christmas.
don't care.
You're gonna be-
Barbie was good.
I want to
Alright.
see. I want to see Barbie. I wasn't going to see
It
it
was-
in theaters.
I
It was
I'll see
really good. It was a great movie.
No, I keep Disney and I keep Peacock because Peacock's probably the best service that they have. Like there's always new stuff on it every week. So
The Ryan
watching
Gosling
that
and the Asian guy were the best guys in the Barbie movie, and it's because of
Yeah,
the
their rivalry, that was
Of course.
funny. Yeah. It's
but
funny.
they carried that movie, I think, or Ken
Yeah,
did for sure. And what's her name from Saturday Night Live was like the broken
the
Barbie.
weird one.
Her
The one that kids colored on the face and stuff. It was
hair is all matte.
cut and stripped off.
That was like the one that we blew up with firecrackers as kids.
Yeah, exactly.
From our sister.
What's
This
Jonathan
isn't
talking about? Geolocked?
Yeah,
Well,
so
do you
it
use a
goes by your
VPN?
DNS, right? Like so like the thing is when you sign up for a thing, it wants to know your like location, and
Yeah.
usually it won't unlock certain things unless it knows your location. So you can get
can't
like
even
a
use the
DNS
VPN?
thing, but it won't work with I don't think with your Amazon Prime account because that's linked to the address where you sign up for it,
Yeah.
right?
You can get a
But
VPN and avoid that stuff if
But
that's
Not-
you know, yeah, because
not
they
with that.
tried to do this thing like many years ago where these guys had all these like satellite, these little aerial antenna in New York, and they had an office space and they had all this like hard drive space, and they were selling these like virtual like DVRs to people, and you could sign up and watch live TV through your little link to their building, and you had hard drive space, so you could record like programs to watch later. But then I guess the local channels and everything fought that guy's company or whatever, and it kind of died. But you couldn't get it outside of New York because of the DNS thing that you had to be in that market,
okay.
right, to watch those local channels. Something like that.
That's
Um,
Makes sense.
I
Blue
didn't know that.
Sasquatch, this is recorded before a studio audience.
Live.
We knew he would come on and say that.
What?
We knew he was coming on to say that about this
I know.
time. Now,
Oh, Danny, he's already answering. Nope, it's pre-recorded. I didn't see it.
I read your mind.
AI.
Is that show any good though? That Bodies, John? How far?
I
have you
like
gotten?
it. Yeah, I like
You
it.
saw the whole thing?
No, I've watched like 4 episodes.
Okay, I'm watching this show right now on Prime because you guys were talking about it, and it's a British anti-corruption show. It's about the anti-corruption unit, and like there's 5 seasons. I'm through the 2nd season, but it's like they're investigating all these like police or whatever. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting because in the 2nd season, there's this whole scene where they go out to like take some witness protection person to safety or something like that. But then there's this whole thing like you guys went without firearms and backup and stuff like that. Like that's like common. So it's like really strange to put it into perspective. I don't know what it's like in Canada, but like, have you, in the US, you don't see the police driving around without their weapons.
Yeah, we
But
got guns. in
Freaking
our
flak
country.
jackets and tanks. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess they're
on horses here.
Across the
In Canada,
across
they're
the-
on horses in
commonplace.
Canada.
It's like they go to work and they go out without their stuff and they only check it out, I guess, if they're going to go into a situation where they think they're going to need it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
A lot of the police are unarmed in other countries.
So they all get blown away and killed in the UK then by the bad
No,
guys because all the
I-
bad guys have guns, right?
I think they carry guns now in like London and stuff. I think they used to not, but I think maybe not the street patrol people, but like SWAT teams. They
Yeah,
have
but those guys aren't wandering the streets doing
Actual-
patrol. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
these-
saying, right?
royalty.
Our criminals here would just blow them up with a frickin' missile launcher if they don't have weapons. What the hell?
I
now
haven't
I know. Have you seen the
if
movie?
we weren't demonetized,
Yeah.
we are now, guys.
At the local gun show that's down the road, you can buy a frickin' grenade launcher.
But you
So-
live in
We don't
Florida.
have those. We don't have
Yeah,
those.
true. I live in Florida where all that stuff is.
In a Speedo.
Fucking
Listen,
guys.
Greedo's here.
They sell them as
Blue
protection
here,
for
Brian
alligators.
Myers, Gerard King.
Yeah, exactly. I get on little streaks and I watch all the true crime stuff that I've never seen. So stuff pops up on YouTube and I'm like, oh, I'll watch that. And then all I see recommended to me for the next 3 days is like
Is
more
that, yeah.
of the same crap. So I've been going and watching all these things. And it's weird that all of these serial killers live in like the same cities as like Super John and Blue Harvest Mark and all these other people. I know.
Funny. Oh my gosh.
So
Oh
it's a
yeah, here it
coincidence.
is. In the line of duty. Yeah, Gerard Scott.
Yeah, I recently
you-
got into like Jack the Ripper stuff during Halloween, so I was
It's
like,
just
I've
weird,
watched
man.
Okay,
everything about
Something
Jack the
comes
Ripper.
up that's
a little,
interesting.
that's a little bizarre, actually.
Why?
and then
Because I wanted to look into the
4 or
case.
5 more things that are similarly, silly of a topic. Or
I got into H.H. Holmes too. That was a good
you-
one because
have
there's
you guys-
ties that he could be Jack the Ripper.
So, which is interesting because did you guys ever watch this show called Timeless that was on? It was like
Yeah.
2 seasons or
I think
whatever,
so, yeah.
where they had the little
Good.
orb.
And it
There
just
was
ended
something
before
that happened.
Only
it
time
stopped
I know.
before it gave us an
Tony-
ending.
Yeah, there was like a episode where they went to the World's Fair. I don't know if it was like St. Louis or Chicago or wherever it was. But
Chicago.
there's like a hotel there, and apparently
Yeah.
the hotel has
H.H.
like all these like passageways between the rooms, and
H.H.
apparently the guy
Holmes.
who owned the hotel was like killing people or something.
Yeah,
Cool.
And
he's the one they think could have been Jack the Ripper.
yeah, that's why I was mentioning it. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's why I got into it because I watched the American Ripper thing on Netflix,
But he
and then I
traveled
watched.
through time?
No, H.H. Holmes was in England the same time Jack the Ripper killings happened, and he came back over here and then started his murder hotel in Detroit. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a very real possibility that he was Jack the Ripper, and that was his start. And then he came back over here and started the murder hotel.
Yeah,
The dude
we
was
all
crazy.
like Andor. Actually, Gerard and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Everybody here
Yeah.
thinks they're the best Disney Plus shows.
Did anybody watch
no,
The Creator with the AI?
Not yet. I have.
That's really good. Oh, it was freaking
I need to
phenomenal.
see it.
hoping it would be better. I did watch it. It was well made. But
No,
I'm
it was
really
really
looking
good.
forward to the Rebel Moon one. That one I think is
Yeah, that looks good. The
it's just
trailers
gonna
have
be
been
right up
awesome.
my alley as for content. Like,
Yeah.
and it's made by a decent movie maker, so I think it'll be pretty good, man. To be honest,
Wait,
like,
isn't that made by Zack Schneider?
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
one. That's when Disney passed on. They passed on that script, and then he went to Netflix and
I
just
thought you
tweaked.
said it was made by a decent movie.
Like he wanted to make a Star Wars movie, right? And I think
That's what
he
it was. It was.
and he just
It was
changed the names of the people and still made it.
and changed the lightsabers and did all that. Yeah, his idea
Not
was
really. They still got laser swords and
but he changed
I
it
don't
so
know.
like, exactly. But
and
his,
he
that.
knows how to make
his idea basically was to
stuff
have
blow
this.
up real good.
No, his idea was to have this planet that was in the outer regions of the galaxy we know in Star Wars, and then basically this was going to be like another revolution that was going on out in the outside, and Disney was like, "Nah, we're good," and so he took it to Netflix, and that's what we're getting.
I'll watch it to see whether or not it makes
It doesn't
sense
really
to-
have any Star Wars relation to it at all, according to the trailers I've watched.
Well,
I've seen
because he had
Yeah,
to
but
change
the-
everything
but
up,
if-
John. That was
but
live.
if- but if
good
the
guys are
story is
called
more or less-
rebels
He
and
couldn't
the
call them
bad guys
lightsabers
are,
anymore.
like, in
So
black.
they're like
with laser swords
laser swords. Yeah.
Yeah.
and Jedi
But it'll
kind
be-
of people with laser swords. So it's
But if it is,
um,
if it is essentially the same movie with a few things tweaked, it would be interesting to see if it was a
if it's gonna
good
be any
move.
good.
But if
he's
it was
not
a
going to
good
make
move from
something to get
Lucasfilm to
sued.
exclude it.
So
well, speaking of Lucasfilm, did you see Taika Waititi telling people that they're going to absolutely hate his Star Wars movie?
Well, I
Like,
think he said there will be some
Drama
people that
queen.
are pissed off by it, but
yeah, but what is?
I like that because I'm
Come
a
on.
huge,
You know
I'm
what
a
I
huge
think that means?
Taika Waititi fan, and
I'm not.
Oh, his movies are awesome. I love all of his old
I'll
stuff.
tell you what he's
One
actually
movie.
saying. I'll tell you what
Ragnarok
he's actually
is good.
saying. He's saying, I'm making a Star Wars film, and no matter what, people are not going to like it because it's a
No,
Star Wars.
every Star
Yeah.
Wars, every Star Wars
That's what
piece
he's
of
saying.
like every piece of Star Wars content from here until infinity will
It's
piss
just going to
people
get
off.
reamed for something.
But-
one thing or another.
But
That's what
Taika Waititi is true to himself, right?
But that's
So-
all he was saying. He wasn't
Yeah.
saying I'm purposely trying to piss people off. He's
So all
he's
it's going to
saying,
be is dick jokes and Taika
No,
Waititi.
because
bullshit.
if
That's what we're
that's what
saying.
he was going to say, he would have said, everyone who loved The Last Jedi is going to like my movie.
Yeah, Christ almighty.
So
no,
there
but
you
I
go.
do, I
threw
do
it out.
fully expect. I do fully expect that he's going to have a lot of comedic elements in it, more comedy than Star Wars is
It'll be
used
dumb as
to,
shit.
which some people won't like. But
have you seen the soccer movie yet, Eric?
I need to see it. Yeah, I'm
Next goal or next game?
next goal wins with Michael Fassbender. Yeah,
The trailer looks pretty funny.
yeah.
I watched that
It
one,
looks
the one
good.
where Fassbender was the killer.
Yeah, the killer.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's supposed to be
that was
really good.
Now, did you guys all finish Loki finally?
Yeah.
Finally.
no,
I
think
just
got,
watched
like,
the
one more
finale
episode or
only.
something.
Did you miss it last week, Dandy? Weren't you late on watching the ending?
Yeah, I hadn't watched it yet. So
Yeah, and
now,
I think
now
I
that
got
I
one
have,
more to go.
what am I looking at? What was the big web of? What was that?
What do you mean at
I
the
won't
very
watch
end?
it again.
Oh,
like
we're
The
not
World Tree.
good
Yeah,
actors and stuff.
so Waze thinks
Right.
he's at the end of time controlling the place, and I think that he's just like in his own place, lighting up the timelines. Otherwise, they would just
Trump was there, though.
dwindle away and die. Because
I don't think we'll ever see Loki again in the MCU. I think he's
Tom Hiddleston already
7
came out.
years or 10
said
years or whatever. I think he's
not done.
Yeah.
So he's coming back.
Is he?
Yeah, he said originally the rumor was that he was stepping away from acting after this, and now he just did an interview a couple days ago on YouTube and said, "No, I'd be stupid to walk away from this when I've had so much fun all these years." So
yeah,
And
you know
they're
what that means, right? They came out of contract negotiations. He's going to get what he asked.
Yeah, they
probably because he's the only successful thing they've had in however many years now. Like that's the sad part is like Loki is literally the only successful Marvel franchise they've done since Endgame.
What makes you think it was as successful in any way?
Because it was the only thing people watched and gave a crap about out of
And
it.
that's
in
an
the bubble
that's
where
an
we-
opinion.
we-
That's an
we-
opinion.
Yeah, because I've
Yeah.
seen that
That's a money
and
thing.
Ahsoka are the worst watched.
Yeah, it's
Like, and, like,
only in
shows on
in
Disney
the
Plus,
little
and it's just-
virtual
Yeah, I don't know
bubble
where you
was
heard that.
created around-
Ahsoka definitely wasn't. It was one of the highest rated Star Wars content that they've
No.
done. In the past
It was
however many
awesome.
years.
no. Actually, if you look up the
Hilarious.
numbers,
It actually
because
wasn't.
I thought the same way. I thought it was one of the highest, most watched things
No,
But then I looked up the numbers, and it actually is the least watched of all the Star Wars.
Yeah, it
Andor.
as fun as it was, it just didn't hit as well as it should have, right? Like I think it just was.
I think a lot of the
in
strike though
Athens
did
just to be
play
fun.
a role on some stuff, and we're going to see that trickling into next year now too. Is that a lot of these things and a lot of these projects are either going to be delayed or pushed back, and
For sure.
No,
And
but
to
I
link
think
back
Star
to
Wars
toys,
fans are a lot more mature
these
and
toy
really
companies-
want content like Andor.
These toy
Yeah,
companies need some movie properties to make some toys for, like, let's say for our next Christmas, because there's not a lot of content coming out
Because that,
from
because
Star
that Ahsoka
Wars
was
and
for the same
Marvel and
kids that are watching
Lord of the
Rebels.
Rings and all these companies that potentially have licensed product. It'll be a while. And from what I'm seeing, the next 3 Marvel movies are all like
pushed to
owned by
2025.
they're all owned by Sony. So like you got
Oh, those
Venom
don't
3, Web of Woman, Web Woman,
Madam Web.
and
None of them count.
the other one, but they're all like Sony properties.
Yeah, because they're not Marvel movies. They're
Can-
just in
Why-
partnership.
Just can we pause that for a sec? I'm curious what everyone's opinions are on now. Like,
Can't pause it.
The-
We're live.
well,
Yeah.
the-
Everyone,
the strikes.
Madam-
The strikes are pretty much done. The damage was done. Projects will be delayed. But bringing this back to toys, action figures, what do you think that that will have on the toy industry and products that get
It'll be
released?
big, man.
Do you- No, but do you think this will give, like, I'm hoping that this will give, like, Hasbro, for instance, an opportunity to go back and do more like OT characters. and
That's
just
a
fill
good
out the-
option.
Hasbro, right? Like
It's a
with
good
a
option
property, they'll just reach into the comics.
because there
Yeah,
won't be a
they,
new license to pick up, right? Like
Yeah.
They have
And there's
episode
lots of
1
competition
anniversary
to
coming
grab
next
these
year.
licenses.
They better do Phantom Menace stuff next year. That's
Yeah.
my number 1 priority. It's the
Well,
anniversary.
and
Phantom
they're
Menace.
bringing back the.
I have
did you
literally
see
4 Phantom Menace characters on a shelf. Like that's all they've made.
Yeah.
They better start doing some Phantom Menace and prequel
What do you,
stuff.
what do you
Dude,
mean?
they made
They've only
300
made
of them
2
in the
Phantom
90s.
Menace
Where were you?
figures.
Yeah, for your little 3.75, not in
No,
real
no.
scale.
Which
But
Phantom
did you
Menace?
see they're
figures
bringing
do you
back
have?
5 POA? Like a
No, they're
like
not 5
Darth
POA.
Maul,
That's-
Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon.
It's Obi-Wan,
Jar
Qui-Gon,
Jar.
Jar, and Maul. That's it.
And I mean,
Wait.
4 Mauls?
Obi-Wan.
I
Hold
like
on.
Maul. Maul.
Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon,
Jar
Maul,
Jar,
Jar
and
Jar.
Maul.
And now
That's
I
it.
already had Maul. It's
little
Oh.
Annie's coming.
Obi-Wan,
Yeah, we're
Qui-Gon,
getting little Annie
Maul,
and
Jar
Padme.
Jar.
No,
Coruscant,
no,
the Senate
they made
Guard.
they made
I
Stormtroopers.
don't
Blue
care about
Guard.
that.
They made
Who's your most
Stormtroopers.
wanted then, Sith? Like, because I guess
Hit
for me,
droid.
like,
We're
Watto
getting Annie.
would be cool.
Padme. Yeah, but we should have got him with
But he's
Anakin.
not.
Honestly,
It's just because he's an alien. And he has wings. I think
Uh.
he'd be a cool Black Series figure. But other than
we should have
that,
got him with Anakin. He should have been packaged in with Anakin. But we
Absolutely,
need
I
we need
agree.
3PO without the covering.
Yeah.
we
Uh,
need Bail Organa, but he can be
we
from
need
any
Bail.
movie or TV
we
show.
need the Lars family. Really, like we could get Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, but they should have done that with Kenobi
Oh,
and little
yeah.
and little Luke. That would have been a no.
They should have done. They should have done those 2-3 packs for the Obi-Wan.
like we were talking about
Seriously.
last week.
Yeah.
That would have been the easiest way to give us little Leia and give us little Luke, and then package in the parents with them as a 3-pack. Boom, done. No need to clog up mainline stuff with that. But I don't know. Saboba would be cool. A pod racer would be cool. I know we'll never get that in Black Series.
Watto.
Watto, yeah. I have the TVC
Bulba,
Watto.
okay, yeah, he'd be a cool one.
with it.
He's different.
Palpatine from like regular Palpatine.
Senator Palpatine. Yeah.
That's
There's
there is
plenty,
one coming, though, right? There is a 6-inch
plenty,
prequel.
plenty of Jedi. No, there's not. No prequel to Palpatine. Only
Well, his name's not Palpatine. It's Senator.
Sheev Palpatine.
Yeah, but I
Boss
mean,
Nax.
there is a figure coming. It was
There's
Piper.
like some anniversary next
Yeah,
year.
it wasn't.
For the Phantom Menace?
It was return. Yeah, it's the what's
25th.
20? Yeah, 25th.
Oh yeah, so they're gonna make a bunch of figures like they did for the anniversary
Clone
of
Wars.
Return of the Jedi.
Hopefully, we can hope, and it's not just re-released.
I bet all your figures you're going to get next year are going to be repacks of what's already been out.
Or it's already out. That's what I'm assuming. But
Exactly what you're gonna
I'm
get.
happy we're getting the Anakin, we're getting Padme, which will be nice. If we get that 3PO, that'll be nice.
I
I'm
want
trying to
the
think-
big dress Padme.
Yeah,
The Queen
okay.
Amidala one. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
are we getting Star Trek pins?
We could even do you could even do Sabe and the Handmaidens,
Bill Shatner.
General. There's a lot like the what do you call
Rick
it?
Ali.
No, the senators that are that initiate the blockade.
Oh, Newt
The
Gunray.
You know what
Yeah.
would make this bit right here way better is if we had like a spreadsheet and everybody had to pick like
And
their
we
top 5 Phantom Menace figures.
Where's a spreadsheet when you need it?
I don't think I can think of 10 figures that I would like.
I can't either.
$30
From the
on
Phantom Menace, even.
from the prequels.
You
know
know,
what? You know what, boss?
Yeah.
you're in
Right
all-
there.
Yeah,
I would just keep
that guy
going
from,
down.
from the
I would just
cantina,
keep
the little
going down
bar.
the Jedi route. I mean, I want
Yeah, I mean,
over I
Yaddle.
want over Rancis. I want Yaddle. I want that
Yeah.
pink guy with
Well, we
the
have a-
ears.
How-
I want.
How come we never got Tales of the Jedi stuff? Like, why
Do we have a
can't
Mace
why
Windu figure
Because
from
it was
Phantom
4
Menace?
minutes long.
But we could. There's plenty of like Yaddle should have been a no-brainer.
Dooku.
The Inquisitor should have been a no-brainer. Dooku, young Qui-Gon, like
But
I
we
could
have a
go on.
Dooku figure.
not young Dooku, not Jedi Dooku. We never got
Was he a
that.
Jedi in the Phantom Menace?
No,
The Jedi.
we're talking about
Jedi
Tales of the
But
Jedi.
you didn't watch
Oh,
that
okay.
animated.
Or-
God
yeah.
forbid.
They're not making any of those figures.
No,
They're probably not, but they would be easy figures for them to make. They already
Well,
have
the thing
them.
is, hold on. So that Tales of the Jedi is that like cartoon series, and last year they did come out with some figures for them, but they were like those figure arts or whatever they were, right? The one,
yeah, the
I
samurai.
think-
and they
You're
were like
thinking of Visions.
expensive. They were really hard to find, and
You're thinking of Visions.
then they just sat on the shelf anyways. Nobody bought them. That's the problem. So they're not going to make figures for.
You're not even talking about the same series. You're talking about Star Wars Visions. That's a
No,
totally
but
different.
Visions
Well,
at
same
least
thing,
had
right?
like an hour of content. over
And Visions was anime. A lot of people don't watch anime, like as opposed to regular
I'd say
animation.
more people watch anime.
I think
than there
more
are
people watch
people in
anime
North
than they
America.
watch regular animated.
Maybe
But
not.
yeah, that one was the better episode that in my opinion, from that little Visions series that had 7 different cartoons.
Yeah.
But that one was the one I liked.
I agree. I don't think they would sell. Honestly, I think they would just be like all the Marvel Legends
It's a
that are
niche
still at
market
Target.
for sure.
See,
I think,
the reason I
I
didn't.
think people would buy young Dooku.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
I think people would buy Yaddle. I think people would buy Young
Yeah.
Qui-Gon. I don't think
They
there's
would,
Okay,
but-
well, hold on. Let's do a poll.
It'd be
We'll
your
do a
age.
poll. Out of the 6 of us here, who would buy them?
I definitely would. Eric would.
Which
It
one?
would depend on how they look because
If they all right.
if
So
they
here's
could
here's a wave of 5. All right, Yaddle, the Inquisitor, the ex brother, because we don't know what number he was.
From the Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, from Tales of the Jedi. Yaddle, the Inquisitor, young Dooku, young Qui-Gon, and give me one more out of one of the episodes.
Sup, G?
I couldn't.
Hey, Vern, can you play my Left Coast Theories intro, please?
see they would have
Bail
to go
Organa.
if
Bail
they-
Organa, young
Yeah,
Ahsoka.
I have
You guys buy them?
If they
I have
fit
a
with the other
prediction.
Jedi that I currently have,
Yeah, that's what I mean. They wouldn't obviously do them in straight animated style because
Speed
even the
Force is
Rebels figures that they did aren't in animated style. They did them in like a lifelike to match the rest of the
Okay,
figures.
well, let's
that would be
hear from
an
the
easy
chat.
way to do it.
Anybody interested in those figures? Because
I have
I
a
mean,
prediction.
so it's
I
two
can
and a
see
half
them
out of
making characters
6
from
up
that.
Yeah, but this
particular
isn't
one
a good statistical
in the new
sampling of-
Epic Heroes
Because we
4-inch
got Rick,
figure
the
collection.
hater of everything new, and Vern, who doesn't watch anime.
The new stuff is some of the best stuff.
No.
I
I
can
watch
see that
anime. I
Epic
just don't watch
Heroes
like the animated kids cartoons.
pulling characters
I
from
watch anime.
every saga of
That
Star
stuff's
Wars,
good.
whether it's the movies, the TV series, or cartoons like Rebels, and
Okay, Jonathan saying he's
I
a
think
hard
they're going to
pass.
pull from
Hard
every
pass,
show
yeah.
there is.
See,
G-Force
I
would
wouldn't
definitely
buy-
buy it
I
if they were
wouldn't
on
buy
his
stuff
8
from
store gauntlet
Visions.
run.
I wouldn't buy stuff from Visions because to me it's great
Yeah, I don't care.
entertainment.
I don't care about
great,
this.
it's great
I don't care about
entertainment.
Visions.
It's great
Yeah, but I think they're in the
entertainment.
same
Fun
boat.
Star Wars, but it's not real to me.
Who ordered
canon.
the Ewoks
Canon, yeah.
figures?
What if they're retro,
Which
Super John?
Which Ewoks figures?
I don't know. The
Well,
ones
if they
that
were
just
done
showing
Kenner
off the
style,
screen.
I would buy them. Yes,
The Black
because
That makes
Series
a big
ones, I
difference,
got
right?
in my opinion, and if you're going to say you have the entire collection of Kenner figures, you've got to buy the ones that are coming out now.
All right.
So
Are you talking about the animated Ewoks figures
Look,
that are coming?
Gilster, just finish the rest of Return
Those
of the
are
Jedi
cool.
so I can be done collecting. No, I mean so I can complete my collection.
Yeah, I mean there's tons of Return of the Jedi stuff. It's the same thing. No, those Andor figures are still sitting on every shelf I
Yeah,
walk
it's
by,
because
and
the
still have yet to
figures
go on
were
sale.
awful. Like, you know, but
And nobody wants just regular people. Like you,
Yeah.
if it's,
Hey,
if
Vern,
it's
I
a
did a
Jedi,
head
it's
swap.
that's why nobody's buying those Ahsoka figures.
that's
Yeah.
good. I like
Hold
that.
on.
Oh, it's Super John.
What
I like
is
that.
Do you really want to know?
Bigfoot.
That's his Bigfoot
That's-
thing wearing the
Oh.
Gentle Giant Darth Vader helmet.
yeah.
That
right,
that still
um,
never came to Florida. That Bigfoot. I'm
So
pissed.
last week, the PKE meter and this Ghostbuster thing was at 13,418. This week, it's at 14,475. Does that mean it just hit another tier?
No,
I
at
don't know.
15, it's tier
no
2,
idea.
and 18, it's tier 3.
Okay, so 23 days, it's most likely going to end up hitting all the tiers, I'm guessing.
Didn't this back like in the first 2 hours?
The first
Couple
day,
days.
First day
Yeah.
for sure, right?
first day or the first couple days it backed.
They did pretty well with this line. It's
So who
Yeah.
here has ordered that?
No.
Eric.
Okay, Eric.
Eric did, yeah.
But you have the backpack too, right?
Yeah, I have the back.
But I will take a trip to Eric's house and then we can go on a real ghost hunt because it has a real EM
Right, the
meter in it.
PKE meter.
If you have the backpack,
I
you
brought
kind
that
of
up,
need to
that-
get
that
this.
Once you said that it was an actual working one, then to me that made it value like that enough paid for the value of what the HasLab was.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it's one of their better role play toys that they've made. Like I haven't even
agree.
seen it. I've just
I
seen
agree.
people's reviews being very positive, and the photos and pictures I've seen. It looks really good, man.
We were going to go on a ghost hunt when I lived in Seattle, and I had 4 or 5 people that were going to come with us. And then on the last minute, like I arranged it with this haunted place. We were going to stay the night, and they were going to allow us to film and set up cameras. And then, like the day before, everybody chickened out. I was the only one that wanted to go. Yeah,
So you
I was
went.
the only one that wanted to go. They were like, "Are you crazy? What if
So
we
of course-
really see something? You know how scared I'm going to be?" And I'm like, "Ghosts aren't real,
Go by
dude. It's
yourself.
not going to see
But
anything."
you went, right, John?
What? I didn't know. I didn't go. I didn't...
Why
Go
not?
by himself.
Why not? You
Why
don't want
not?
to go by yourself?
Because I didn't have
Aren't
cameras.
real.
Yeah.
I didn't
That
know
was
why
the
I-
chicken.
John, what happened?
Now
all
what
I had
happened?
was
What
my
happened?
phone. I didn't have the cameras at the time. My friend,
Oh, you're
my
right.
friend had
Oh,
he had
that's
he
a
had
good
an entire
excuse.
case full of like 7 or 8 cameras. He was going to do all this audio. He had this
Mhm.
whole plan
Sure,
for like
sure.
for like
Yeah.
putting them in all these corners,
Yeah.
and then like the day before, he's like, "I'm
Ghosts
not
aren't
going."
real. Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, so inconvenient to go.
Yeah. Yeah. We see
All right,
right.
Super 7 is trying to pawn off this Cobra mothership for a while. It's still got 40. No, it's not 45 days. Last week was 45 days. It's
They
at
haven't given up yet.
1,412 backers. This week it's at 1,435 backers. There's still 24 days.
Wow.
Cruising right
Oh,
along.
you know what? These pictures
It's
were
tough.
taking quite a while because at 45 days left, it had 1,412 or whatever. And then with 24 days, so that's like 20 days have gone by, and it's at 1,435. So
I still don't understand why people aren't signing up for the 4 payments of $44.68 instead of paying the full $500.
that's actually a really good point. At that, why don't you do it and let us know how that works out?
Hey, quick question. The Night Mothers, their eyes were just straight black, right? Like just the obsidian color. They didn't have like a white.
I don't know.
I
didn't
believe
look
you
at
are
their eyes.
correct. Yes.
You might have to go rewatch that series. to
Yeah,
find
I
out.
think you got to watch the whole series again.
I've
Just to find
I've
out.
already watched. I've already watched it like 4 or 5 times now.
Oh, you're the guy.
I thought that they only had the black when they were doing the magic. I think they had pupils.
Did they have like
Oh, maybe
regular?
it changed,
Yellow?
yeah.
Were they yellow?
Let me.
So-
I'm looking.
So it's funny.
I
Johnny,
thought they
talking
were.
about
I thought they
ghosts.
were just like straight obsidian. Like that's why I wasn't
Well,
sure.
see, ghosts aren't real because that tunnel rat figure that's sitting over there, has not moved a single inch.
Okay.
And my brother swore to me when he
was
passed
gonna come
away
move it.
that he was going to move that figure. He's
Good
like,
eye.
I'm going to prove. He goes, I'm going to prove to you that there's an afterlife and that ghosts are real, and I'm going to move that figure when I can haunt you when after I die. And nothing has happened. It's been there the whole time. So ghosts aren't real. There's no afterlife.
Wasn't it
If
on
anyone
before?
could do it, he would have done it.
So
They
you
look
know-
black. The eyes are black. I'm looking at purple here.
You also said,
the
John,
animated
you
have
al-
white.
Yeah.
You also said that you would notice if
Bootleg
anything
was
was
real.
missing, and you were going to have your dad just arbitrarily take some figure and go put it away somewhere when you weren't around to see if you would notice. Have you done that yet?
No, he forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
He can't remember that I asked him.
He took his blue snaggletooth, put it in his mom's sock drawer, and
So-
now he forgot.
So this thing, Jonathan's saying, or G-Force is saying, ghosts are only real when you're by yourself, and it makes me think about this, like 2020 episode that I saw like many years ago, and apparently physiologically, when you're like sleeping and you're in REM sleep, your brain will like kind of turn off your body so that you don't injure
Yeah.
yourself when you're sleeping. And some people over the course of time will be waking up, but they'll still be in REM sleep. So what they do is their dream is actually projected into the real world. They see like a demon or something in the real world, but it's like their dream because they're in REM sleep and they can't move. So they're fully aware that they can't move and they
I hate it
feel
when
like
that
they're being paralyzed by this, whatever it is. And I guess this is something that's been like recorded. And then these sleep guys come on and they explain, you're waking up, but you're in REM sleep. So your brain is like protecting your body from injury that's why you're like paralyzed, right?
So that's your only belief of ghosts, is that? Like,
What do you mean? No, that's a very scientific thing that happens to people.
Do you
No,
think ghosts
I
can rape you
understand that.
then? Because you can't fight and get away, they could just rape you? Just have their way with
That's
you?
not going to happen.
Wait, what?
So you're gonna wake up.
I don't even know how this comes up, dude.
Yeah, where did he look? Where his
I don't know
mind?
why he goes
I'm
there.
just
Like,
curious. if
Why
ghosts
is
can rape
that
you,
where?
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
a lot of lonely
Yeah.
people out there.
so ghosts in theory would be, it's a choice that a person would make, whether they
That's
still have
crazy.
unfinished business and stay here or go on to the other plane. That would be how, the people break it down, that the plane of existence. So theoretically, John, if your brother just moved on, then he wouldn't be able to hunt you.
Oh, he would have done it. He would have stopped.
Oh yeah,
by
because
on
that
his way.
portal would have opened up that you see
would-
in those movies when the
tunnel?
person is chanting around like the candle, and then they would come down through that portal, and he would have moved it.
I'm just saying,
he would have
there's
done
a
it on
lot
the
of
way
things-
out.
a lot
he
of
would-
things in this world that are completely unexplainable. So I wouldn't be
In
shocked.
due
if
time,
there
it'll
was.
happen.
I think
Nah.
everything's explainable.
Yeah,
Not everything.
as long as with enough science, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, just explain to me how that.
If you went back in time with this would appear supernatural to people
fly through the Van
2,000
Allen
years
belt
ago.
and get to the moon. Tell me.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you because John was still talking.
Number one, toys.
All right, so
So
I had asked a couple of weeks ago about like if you guys wanted to share some links or ideas that you had for potential like Christmas or holiday gifts, and I did get one thing here from Dan. Do you want to talk about what you were talking about in your email about some tips that you might give somebody?
Absolutely.
All right.
Do you have any presentation, or you want me to try to?
I didn't re-script anything that you had. I do have some stuff, but it's really mostly like products that I would like in my mind think like, oh, you might recommend this to somebody.
Okay. Well, I brought some visual aids, so if anybody needs it,
Oh, make him big. Make him big.
I don't think that anybody here is going to be unfamiliar with any of these things, but for a diecast collector, I have some gift tips. So this is by no means all-encompassing, or is it by popularity or the latest hot toy. I'm just throwing out some tips for the novice gift searcher, for someone who might be looking for a collector that enjoys diecast vehicles. So there's a couple different categories and thoughts that I would have a process with when I'm shopping for somebody that's got something like that. One is the franchise. So do they like movie-based things like Fast and Furious, Ghostbusters, TV shows, maybe something like Scooby Doo,
Hey,
Oh,
like we were talking about earlier.
this is weird. We all have Scooby Doo in our lap.
It seems like, yeah, we. I didn't want to say anything earlier because I was like, I didn't know if I was.
Dan went shopping for everybody on the show already.
I know, yeah.
The other thing to think about is the scale. So does your collector like the big ones, the little ones? Personally, I like the 1/24th is my favorite, but I'm not opposed to a 1/32.
You know what? Can I interject something?
Of course.
What about 1/18?
Your
So-
show, man.
So I think it's like that's an actual really good point about knowing like what scale, regardless of if it's
I like
just a
Hot
car.
Wheels.
Because
Hot
like
Wheels
my
scale.
daughter had bought me one of these like talking Mandalorian figures. He's like 13 inches tall and stuff like that. Because they know that I collect action figures, but I don't collect really anything in that size anymore, right? I used to collect the 12-inch GI Joes,
Yeah.
but now my scale is that 6-inch or that 1/12 scale. So for me, like knowing the collector and understanding like kind of what scale that you should.
Did you throw it on the ground and have a temper tantrum?
Yeah. No, I mean I still have it. I mean, it's a nice figure in a box. I've never taken it out of the box or anything, just because it's not the scale for me. But
Yeah, but it's I mean, you're looking for something that's going to be meaningful to somebody, right? So you're looking for a gift that they can.
I'm
really
a 2-scale guy.
What's that?
I'm a 2-scale guy. I don't hold grudges against the other scales.
Yeah, I mean
I
the
treat
one.
them equally fair.
Yeah, I'm not fond of I don't have any of the 132s. I don't have very many of those. It's mostly 124 and 164 is what I've got.
Yeah, I only do 112. That's it.
Do you have any 1/18th?
I had one and I sold it because it was just like Vern said. It was out of scale. Like everything else I have is 124. I had one 1/18th and it was just so big it didn't fit with any of my.
What was it?
I was a Firebird.
Cool. I'm looking for a cool 1/18th scale, say 70s something for my Beastie Boys reaction figures.
Nice.
The Sabotage, they're like, undercover cops in the 70s. So
There's
it'd be cool to have a cool little beater police car, not really police, ghost car sitting behind them,
there's
like
a
an old
wolf.
Buick or something.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a
squad
wolf
car
coming
type.
up behind Ways of the Sith. He's gonna get eaten any minute now.
Oh yeah, Micro Machine is not a bad idea either. I didn't even.
Yeah,
think
I
about
moved.
those.
I had something that was like behind me, and I had her ottoman over here on the side. But I ended up moving some stuff around, so now her ottoman is behind me. So now she can be, sprawled out and on camera, because
at
people
the
like,
same time, right?
yeah.
Nice.
I like the Hot Wheels scale. What's Hot Wheels scale?
That's 164.
64th, right?
Okay.
Dan, you collect
Well, that's a
6-inch
cool
and
car.
3 3/4 figures, right? As
What's
well.
that?
You collect 3 3/4 and 6-inch toys, right? Okay.
6, 3 3/4, and the 7, which I guess they're both kind of 1/12 scale.
Yeah, like NECA scale.
Nope, I branched out. So another thing to consider is that if you're getting a vehicle like a die-cast vehicle and it's not a die-cast figure, what type that the person would like. So that may fall into the line with the franchise, like I talked about earlier. But if there's no specific franchise that you can identify for your gift recipient, it might be easier to choose something like a vehicle type. For example, muscle car from the 70s. I pulled up that Plymouth, or somebody that likes the tuners, the little
Cartoony
import-
ones.
Fast
Right.
and Furious style.
more or less.
Oh,
yeah.
The-
Monster truck or classic cars. I've got these Matchbox have a really nice line of old,
Oh, that's cool.
like 1940s, 1930s coupes and stuff like that. So those are really cool.
Those Hot Wheels monster trucks sell like hotcakes here.
Yeah.
I've seen them in my Walmart. They put out like 40 of them, and the next day they're basically all gone. And I'm like, I have a couple.
Here-
I got a Masters Universe one and another one. I'm looking for the DeLorean one. I've never seen it.
I was always looking for the Barbie Corvette monster
It
truck.
seemed like the most popular die-cast car in my neck of the woods. Like they're, besides the regular Hot Wheels guys that go in and hunt all
Yeah.
the hunts and
Oh yeah.
They're popular down here. They take big barrels and they just dump all the stuff.
did
Like
that
hundreds
here
of
today.
them in there, and then
there's 4
they'll
old men digging in there.
they'll just pull them out. Yeah.
I heard it's very hard if you're a Hot Wheels collector to like hunt stuff down, because they're crazy. Like they're
Oh
in
yeah.
the stores when they first open, and things are gone like right away.
they're on it. Yeah, that actually brings my last point is brand loyalty. So it's kind of touchy because of just what Wade said. The Hot Wheels collectors are a breed of their own. So be careful if you get someone who loves those. You wouldn't want to get them a Matchbox. You might be,
But die-cast collectors, they tend to have more than one line, though, right? Like a die-cast collector would get a cool, Matchbox or a green light if it's, a property or something that you like. Like for me, I've got every kind of 18 van, whether it's Mattel or Jada Toys or, Coleco, whoever made it. They're all kind of the same, but I mean, it's just a variation of a cool vehicle I like. Like you were showing off the Scooby-Doo van. Another cool vehicle to get from Hot Wheels or maybe the Jada diecast at a different scale. I got one of those too.
Rick
and Burns even got a bigger one. So does everyone have a favorite movie vehicle? Or TV?
Oh, I get all the Batmobile stuff.
You're a Batmobile head?
Or from any era, you know what I mean? I'll get every Batmobile that I see in Hot Wheels, Jada, whatever, you know what I mean? It's just
mine's gotta be
and then I do all the muscle cars, like he was saying with Hot Wheels and stuff. I'll buy every muscle car that comes out every year.
Yep, and I do that with those lines too.
And then I hunt
fan guy. That's
like,
my number
fortunately, because I'm working with Lego, like I'm in Targets at 7:30. They don't open till 8. So I can be in the back room of Target opening all the Hot Wheel cases and pulling out all the treasure hunts and super treasure hunts before the store even opens.
That's wrong. Anyway, G4 has a question for Dandy. How does one find the rares and ultra rares?
You got to know someone like me who's in the store before it opens, pulling them out of the cases.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah. I mean, it takes dedication. Stop me if I'm wrong, John, but it takes dedication. You probably even want to get the website before you would go in, and then
there might only be. I'll tell you, for treasure hunts, there might only be one treasure hunt in like 5 cases.
Because I've been there. Tell that one apart.
It's got a symbol on it. It's got a little flame. Yeah, it's got a little flame symbol on the car, and then also if you tilt the packaging, there's words written on the packaging under the car, like it's behind the car, that says you found a treasure hunt. This one's an ultra rare, and then there are super treasure hunts, which is like 1 out of every 50 cases, and we've counted it before. Like I've been there with the employees, and we'll be opening up cases and looking for a treasure hunt or a super treasure hunt, and sometimes you don't even find a super treasure hunt in the entire lot that they got in that week.
So basically what John is saying is if you're just a shopper, there's pretty much no way
go to John's
you're ever going to get a treasure hunt or a super treasure hunt because the employees are already going through them.
If the employees don't grab them, those guys that are in right at 8 a.m. are going to grab them because a lot of them do go to the floor because I'm like, well, I already got one of those, so I don't need it. The employees are like, I don't need it either. So it goes to the floor, and as soon as that 8 o'clock starts, the guys are running. You'll see people running from the front of the store back to the Hot Wheels section.
Yep.
Like full speed.
I do see it.
Now, do they still like I know a guy that's a customer of mine that's got like Matchbox stuff from, I think, going back as far as like when the company started, and he was saying that like none of it's worth anything.
What?
Well,
that they don't really retain their value anymore.
It depends on the car because I have a couple that if you look at them on eBay, they're worth $40 or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nothing like if you find even a treasure hunt today, the day you find that treasure hunt, you can sell it for $10 online. Now, $10 doesn't sound like a whole lot, but considering you paid $1 for that car,
right,
that's like 1,000% your investment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's how much they are now, like Hot Wheels and Mattel.
Well,
Probably
that's what I
$1.
see here. Like I'll see the guys, going through the Hot Wheels, pulling out any rare ones or whatever that they can sell for $10, and I'll see them do it. So I'll see these 2 guys, and the guy comes up, hey, anyone seen a Barbie pink Corvette? The guy goes, yeah, I have one in my car. Let's go, $10. The guy's like, okay.
See, the guy gave me one.
And I go, they're $1.49. Why would you pay $10 for it? And they just looked at me because I don't like that.
You'll never find it.
That's called toy scalping, and I
See,
don't like it. I've never liked it.
the
If I
Hot
was
Wheel
ever
guys
doing
in
a
my
sale,
area.
I would hope it would be for
Yeah,
a
you know what?
toy
There's this guy.
scalper,
There's this
because
guy on
I think that's
Twitter
trash
who's
that people do
always
that.
upselling his old action figures for a boatload of money.
The guys
Yeah.
in my area don't do
Toy
that, Rick.
scalping.
I needed that Barbie Corvette, and the Hot Wheel collector in my area went, "Oh, I have 3 of them in my car," and I was like, "Oh, I'll just wait till I find it on the retail." He goes, "No, I'll just give you one." So we
Well,
walked
that's a
out to his
cool guy.
car and
There's
he gave
actually a
me
nice
one.
guy.
Yeah, they're not upcharging.
$1.29 American. Like that's
Yeah,
why.
in my area, no, they're only $1.19 here. So
That's what I mean.
in
Like
my
it's,
area, they're not upcharging for those. If you're a collector, the fellow collectors will just give them to you, and then
and
you
it's
know,
not a
and-
lot. Like you were saying, $10 is
yeah.
$10, right? It's like the price of a coffee at Starbucks here in Canada. But I mean,
And here.
it is like a 950% markup. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I guess in that regard, I didn't realize they were
But-
still like only $1.
But see, the thing is, though, is there's a little bit of truth to what you're saying, because I've been buying. I found the Hot Wheels like wheel from the 50s and 60s that you would store your
like
cars
the
in.
case. Yeah.
Yeah, the collector case at like a garage sale or a boot sale or something. So I wanted to get some original 1967 red lines but I assumed that all the red line cars were hundreds of dollars, because when you hear it on like a toy show, or like you hear it, like even watching like the Toys That Made Us, or you watch a toy store near you or something like that, they always go, "Oh my God, this guy had a whole bin full of red lines. I can't believe it. This is like gold." So I thought they were hundreds to thousands of dollars. But I've bought off eBay and Mercari, I've bought like 4 or 5 so far, and I haven't paid more than $10 for any of them.
No,
And they're all mint, like almost brand new from like 1967.
there's rarer ones like
you
with
know,
Star Wars figures, because they made
Yeah.
so many of those
But-
back in the day, right?
I don't need to get the ultra rare one. But I thought any of the red lines were hundreds of dollars. I didn't realize until I started collecting and buying old ones that
I know
you
there's
can
a
buy the
surfer
common
van
ones.
with a couple of plastic surfboards on the top that can be worth
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of bucks. There's
I
a
remember
few,
that.
right?
Well,
Like,
in
so
certain colors, because I already got
Yeah,
the
they make
surfer van one with the original
punk crazy
surfboards.
purple and
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
cool.
bought the
I don't see
green-
lots of them.
I bought the green surfer van with two surfboards, and it was only
There you go.
$15, and it's mint looking and original. You know, the Corvette has been hard to buy though. That one's been eluding me.
Yeah, you got some good deals, because I'm looking at some of these prices after Wade said what he said. I mean, there's some that are $100, 150 from the 60s.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
they really do. It just depends on the vehicle and how like
Yeah,
popular it was or whatever, right? Like if you had popular cars, then there's probably a dime a dozen out there. But if you had and
Yeah.
condition is a lot too.
Now, Ed, you
Yeah.
and Eric, like you guys are a younger generation. Like, are you guys? Was die-cast cars or Hot Wheels something that you enjoyed as a kid?
No.
Because like
I don't know if it's generational. I think that's more like interest,
I
right?
don't
Like,
see kids buying them.
do you guys
I
go to
don't-
like car shows? Do you like? Are you
So-
interested in those old cars?
I
That type of
I
stuff.
don't have any interest in cars whatsoever. I know how to change a tire, change the oil, and that's about it. I don't
It's a
care
bit
about
of
a car or what they look
growing
like
up,
or
right?
anything. Like no interest in cars whatsoever. Like as
Yeah,
long as
I
it gets me from point A to point B, it could be the biggest piece of crap there is, and I'll drive it. That
I
doesn't
think
matter.
that's
Yeah.
I think that's the key. People who like cars are definitely into like collecting like car stuff. People who have
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
little
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Dan,
sure.
Dan, was that it? Because you were going to say something about brand loyalty and like if you know your collector's like a Hot Wheels collector, then you don't want to be picking up a Matchbox or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
did
that
kind of
would
go
be it.
off the rails here. So yeah, let's let
Yeah.
him finish.
Oh no, that's totally fine. I was just going to mention a couple more brands just in case anybody wasn't aware of all the ones out there. I think Rick hit one on the button though. There's like Auto World, Johnny Lightning, Jada Toys, Greenlight, Maisto, Motor Max. Those are some of the ones that have the best. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. Those are the ones that I feel have some of the best detail. And
Right.
You have a favorite, Dan?
yeah. Oh, probably Johnny Lightning, man. That's always been.
Yeah.
They're good, yeah.
Always
And
been-
they only make the 64 scale, right?
they
for more or
are
less?
actually doing 124
No,
now.
they do, yeah,
Oh,
they do
wow.
awesome.
Yes.
So,
And,
so
and I did a video on my channel comparing 12 different diecast companies, car makers.
You did a super awesome geek show test kitchen car comparison.
Yes, yeah.
Nice. So Rick asked earlier, what's your favorite movie vehicle? But I think what he really meant to say was, what's your
There's
favorite
Rick's ass,
vehicle from a
by the
show
way.
or something, right?
Yeah,
So
oh, yeah, there it was, wasn't it? He didn't
does
back out the
does
camera
everybody
that
have a
time.
favorite vehicle
From anything?
from a property? Yeah, like some sort of a screen vehicle. Does everybody have like a favorite?
Ectomobile, DeLorean.
Yeah, I will get the A-Team van every time I see it.
Oh,
Especially the
I'm getting
Jan is
3.
showing
I'm
off
already
the-
know
Yeah,
I'm getting 3 of those
car.
vans.
Yeah.
Knight Rider. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
What about you, Waze? What's your favorite?
Probably the '89 Batmobile, like just the classic Batmobile. I think
All right, cool.
I think that's why like I had to go out and get one when they came out, even though I don't collect McFarlane. It was just
Nice.
like
Nice.
it's that's like a childhood memory. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Like I'm not into cars and stuff really, but just the fond
get it.
nostalgia of
You
that
got it
80s.
displayed on the shelf?
I get it.
I actually have it in a box still right here next to me. I didn't even open it.
Did you get that one too, Eric?
The '89 Batmobile. Yeah.
Yeah, McFarlane
What's
one.
your favorite vehicle?
I got it too.
Eric got both
Yeah,
of them, right? You got both.
Eric, favorite vehicle?
I also got the Adam West
No, favorite vehicle.
Batmobile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite
From
vehicle?
McFarlane.
Excluding like fanciful kind of Star Wars like stuff, Ecto 1 or the car from Back to the Future. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
John,
the DeLorean
John?
good one. That's a good one.
Star Wars in there.
favorite vehicle?
Oh, it's too hard for me. Like I would get the
Oh.
General Lee, I would get Starsky and Hutch, I'd get the Knight Rider A-Team van. All
Especially
that stuff.
because that's like your
Right.
generation.
Okay,
That's when all
you
those
can only
shows were
have
like
one.
hitting
What
their
would it be?
prime.
If I could only have one animated series Batmobile.
Okay.
Mhm.
Rick,
Oh, cool. That's a cool choice.
That's a good one.
Rick,
That's
Rick,
a
what
good
would
one.
yours be?
For sure, the AM18 van.
Okay. And I am Speed Racers Mach 5.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
That's
good one.
cool, man. That's a
Oh,
good plethora
nice.
of vehicles.
I have that
Yeah.
car
Could you
too.
trade? Like on Fridays, could I, take someone's DeLorean out for a ride? And
There you go.
My honorable mention would probably be the Thunder Machine or from G.I. Joe.
Oh, there you
Eric-
go. Yeah.
Eric, you want to show your van off?
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah,
fit on
I just
yourself.
I
my
just
honorable
unboxed
mention
this
would have to
today.
be a DeLorean from Back to the Future. That's pretty rad.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks awesome, Eric.
That is
So
cool.
now, it lights up too. Cool.
It's got
Now,
So
who
is-
did that one?
That's the NECA one, right?
NECA.
That's the NECA one. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, did you figure out how you're going to display it? Because you tell us you had a bit of an issue.
Stop the spoiler.
Yeah, no, my wife already found out. She saw it sitting on my desk and she's like, "It's too big for the shelf, isn't it?" Here, hold on, I'll try and show the inside.
It might be a top shelfer.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Oh, good.
That's really detailed inside.
Lights in the back too.
See, Rick keeps making fun of me because I keep saying that ramen van could be a live action turtle van.
Oh, you can
No.
paint the van to be whatever you want, but
Oh yeah.
because the turtle van is just a generic-y kind of van.
But that's what I mean. Like to me, that ramen van would look perfect behind like the movie Turtles. Like if you
Yeah,
just
with
wanted something realistic.
Good paint job and
Yeah.
spare
Yeah.
tire in the front. But like
Well, I
the
think that was- that
Scooby-Doo
was
van
easy.
is more of a 70s style van. This is more. It could be a VW van. The turtle van
Yeah.
will be.
This is a bit stylized, though. I don't
That's
know.
I
pretty
kind of
cool.
see it as a Volkswagen bus myself.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
cool.
I think
though.
that's
I
who
like-
they were copying when they designed it for the original cartoon was the Volkswagen bus. I could be wrong.
All right.
because the one in the
Anybody else
original-
have any shopping tips?
I do. I actually have some thoughts.
I got
They're
some
not
thoughts.
necessarily toy related, but if you're looking to get something for just a fan of a certain property or whatnot, there are tons of different options. Like if there's someone that kind of wears their their fandom on their sleeve quite literally, there are some cool brands out there like Roosevelt's that make some cool clothes like shirts and sweatshirts and and stuff across multiple different properties, Turtles, Star Wars, Marvel, tons of Jurassic Park, tons of different stuff, Disney.
I would throw
But-
heroes and villains in that conversation.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
make
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
very some very comfortable and high quality stuff. It's just a little pricey. It's a little expensive.
They just
I
need an original business name.
I did throw some stuff in the slide presentation. So let's go through that really quick. Some different ideas for people that you know who are like collectors. If you're looking to get something for somebody and you're not like 100% sure. And since nobody actually sent me really any links or anything like that, this is all like stuff.
I did.
in
I
my
did. You
head.
just ignored it.
You didn't actually send me a link. You just said you can show the new Ahsoka Hot Toys or whatever.
I sent the link.
I didn't see the link.
So I kind of
I don't know if I
misunderstood, Vern. I thought you wanted like a shopping list of what toys we wanted, so you could get. them
Oh, okay.
for-
Well, I must have missed it. Did I get that? Shopping with.
That's what I thought you wanted, but I messed up.
Yeah, so I was thinking of like just showing off some different stuff that like if you were out there shopping and you were saying like I don't know how many people would want like a Godzilla.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that Godzilla.
Yeah,
As a
so
gift,
it's not something that I'm gonna get for myself, but like if somebody were to get me this, I could totally like put that in my
Yeah.
collection or whatever.
I want the Shogun one, the ultimate.
Oh yeah, that one was
quite
sold
recently.
out. That 24-inch one that's like $350. The Mecha Godzilla that shoots his hand off and stuff.
No, the one that's like this, but it's Shogun.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and it shoots his fist. The one Dino was showing off in his.
Yeah. I
video.
want that one really bad, but it's hard to get these Super 7 in Canada.
And then I
Oh,
know
yeah,
that this
good
thing's
one.
not going to be out before Christmas, but I figured you could print out a picture and like put it in an envelope and say, "Hey, I ordered you a
Sure.
vamp."
Sure.
That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that. I already cleared space.
But honestly, though, if you knew somebody and they ordered this for you and they just folded up a picture of it and like give it to you in like a card and say, "Hey, for Christmas, I ordered you the vamp," it'll show up when it's released. Would you be okay with that?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think you could also say, and this is kind of a throwback to like 1977 when you couldn't get Star Wars figures. I think this would be a really cool set for somebody who's saying like, well, you know what, I already got the Baroness, I already got the twins here, I don't really need them. But
It's a
like,
great set though. She really makes
Does
the
she have
set.
a mask on her face?
It's one of the alternate heads. Yeah, there's 3 alternate
okay.
heads.
Yeah.
And then what's cool is, so like you can put the like whatever head you don't use, you can put it on the old Baroness to upgrade it. The only thing you need to do is you just need to drop it in some hot water because the neck hole, the neck peg is a little bit smaller. So if you drop it in some hot water and put it on the old Baroness, it works great. I can get one down if you want to see.
Yeah, they got to be more consistent with making it so people can swap the parts and heads and stuff. Like if
I agree with
one
you
GI
on
Joe
that.
head
Like,
does not fit another GI Joe head, then they did something wrong. Like they're.
And this is
imagine-
this is the one of the alternate heads from that Baroness, from
Yeah.
that set. And it really it upgrades this figure so much that to me, that's why that set was worth it, was simply because like Baroness is awesome. The twins are the twins, but it's cool because you get all this extra stuff for a Baroness and you can upgrade your other one too and make her really nice.
G-Force is saying, I'm going to wait by the mailbox for my card.
I've always liked her. She's a pretty badass woman,
Yeah.
cartoon character. She's pretty badass.
And now in the new comics, it's really cool because I was talking about it in the group chat with everybody. They divided Cobra up into separate factions, so they're not all one thing anymore. Like the Dreadnoughts are the Dreadnoughts, Destro and Baroness and the twins are their own thing. Cobra Commander's on his own, and then you got Serpentor and Mindbender as like with actual Cobra with the Alley Vipers and all them. It's pretty cool what they did in the new book.
I think Tripwire here is actually a pretty good figure. It's all around. It comes with a lot of accessories. This is not something that somebody's going to be picking up as like a single, but like because it's a deluxe, I think it makes a pretty good.
You
gift.
got him, right, Vern?
I do. I put the Hawkeye head on him so I could get my
Yeah, good luck.
Hurt
Okay.
Locker in there. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then of course, Chuckles is back in stock. So I think this is kind of like, I think, in a way, one of the funnest figures that they've come out this year for G.I. Joe Classified. And
one of the figures of the year, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, and I think
Definitely.
I think this guy like bleeds across lines. Like, you don't have to be a G.I. Joe collector to kind of like this figure, in my opinion, right?
He's so cool.
I think it kind of fits in everywhere. And even if it's just like you want to give it to somebody just because, you know, like, I think anybody, even if they're not like an action figure collector, could really be into this guy in a way.
He looks really weird in the G.I. Joe movie.
Brass knuckles?
Yeah, he's got brass knuckles on.
I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, he comes with glasses, headphones,
and
black
eye and one head, right?
Yeah,
He does have cool
pretty
accessories.
good all-around figure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there. I was having a tough time with like anything knocking Jada out of the #1 spot for the Street Fighter stuff, but Chuckles is in that discussion.
Yeah,
easily.
Chuckles really, I think, takes a big cake along the way.
Yeah.
If you know somebody who's an action figure collector, I love these stands the best. I've bought both those ones from McFarlane or NECA or whatever you see at Target and stuff like that. But I wish they sold
the Hasbro one
in the store. Yeah, these are the Hasbro. I wish they sold these in store because
I wish they did too. It's
just
tough
because paying for shipping and kind of sucks. On
just
them.
for stands. Yeah.
Speaking of stands, I was in the GameStop yesterday, so I know GameStop in Canada is a little bit different, but they have a lot of the same products. They have sold some of these stands in the past. I don't see them always in stock there. But what I saw yesterday was it wasn't a 3-pack or a 5-pack. Actually, I think it was a multi-pack. But it was a circular clear stand that had 4 different peg sizes on it.
Okay.
It was just a generic GameStop brand
me and John were talking about that.
That's a pretty positive step forward.
Yes.
For any action figure line. So
keep your eye out on those. Even me and John were talking about it a couple of weeks ago where he was setting up his mom's place. He was having a tough time with the different stands, same figures, different stands. Yeah.
Especially Black Series, there's 3 different hole sizes.
Yeah. Yep.
So
the problem I see is the depth of the hole. It's usually not deep.
Yeah, that too. You're right. Sometimes it's not deep. Yeah.
So I do like the stand. I think they make like a really good gift. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said it's a great idea because if you don't know what figure to get or what they don't have yet, you can always use more of these for display.
Sure.
And the other thing I didn't put up was I didn't put up like dioramas, but like those extreme set dioramas I think make really good gifts too. I didn't put those up, but
like I love stands. Like I need stands for my 3.
They really are. I gotta say, Extreme Sets really is probably one of. So like, I'm not getting paid to say this or anything, but they are really one of the best companies like made by a toy collector for toy collectors. If that makes any sense.
I mean,
like, he does a weekly thing that you if you go on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, if you post an action shot using an Extreme Set. He does a contest every week where he gives one away to everybody, and you get to pick which set you want, and all you got to do is take pictures and post them. I
did not know about that contest, so I'm gonna have to figure out who I got to follow to get in this contest.
Just the Extreme Sets Instagram account. He merged his regular personal account and the Extreme Sets now, so now he does everything through there. But they're a really awesome company. They do a lot to give back. There's constantly sales and codes, and if you join the mailing list, you get like a weekly thing where you get like discounts for different things.
I'll post him. I'll tag you in a post where I tell him to watch the show that you were plugging him.
These are the worst, Vern.
I don't know. I actually think this guy looks kind of cool.
What is this?
It's the Bacula or whatever. Blackula.
It's the worst, isn't it? From Super 7?
Yeah. And I think they look kind of cool. Yak Bat's saying like if they were non-cartoony, they would look better. I'm sorry, what was that, Eric?
Just the alt hands giving the bird.
Yeah, the stone cold hands. Yeah.
I mean, we're a gift, right?
My Chucky's like that. He looks awesome giving the middle finger.
I wanted to show these off. These are from that Creative Bee Studios. These are part of that Beasts of the Mesozoic line. Now I know they can be pricey. This is a 1/18 inch scale. I don't know, John. How do you think this compares with like the Jurassic Park 1/18th scale kind of T-Rex?
Well, I think these are more life accurate. But I mean, equally, if you want a T-Rex, they're equally awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When I was setting up
It's
some
a
of that
great
Jurassic
cleanup.
Park, I was setting up some of that Jurassic Park stuff at the house, and my mom was going, "Are these toys? Like they look like models. I can't believe they're like actual. You can buy them in the toy aisle." She thought they were like super
Okay, so
high.
let's-
The Jurassic Park dinosaurs. She thought
Quickly
were
talk
super
about
high
Vern.
quality.
He's not here.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
We
I
lost
think
Vern.
that those
Oh, we
the Cretaceous and Jurassic things that he's making, I think are more life accurate. You know what I mean?
I was fully impressed with your knowledge of how to pronounce all the dinosaur names, John. I was very impressed by
I
that.
was too.
'Cause
I'm more
I-
interested in those
I
now,
grew
but
up-
they have the armor.
I've liked dinosaurs since I was like 6 years old, and
For
That's what
sure.
I mean.
like I
That-
said, when I was in Seattle, I even went to Hell's Creek to dig up dinosaurs with the
that's
Rocky
cool.
Mountain Museum guys. So
Yeah,
it
I
was
know
like,
these are kind of pricey, but they were like in stock. They're available. I'm showing off a couple of different like price points. This one's
Yeah.
$75. This is a 1/18th inch scale. What's the name of that? Can you pronounce that for me?
it's Styracosaurus.
There you go. And I think the paint job looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty
it's
cool.
it's just something out of the ordinary that you wouldn't find at like a Walmart or a Target or something like that, right? And
Yeah.
then you got a
Archeo.
1/6. This is a 1/6 scale. So I'm guessing he's probably, and it's $50. It's probably around the same size as that
Come on.
Tyrannus or the
The one you
little
got.
Triceratops figure or whatever.
Oh, because
because-
it's 1/6 scale. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to be
yeah.
big. It's bigger.
They made it
Yeah,
bigger, but this is typically probably a much smaller like dino or whatever. But
yeah.
you can see they have different price points and stuff like that. And I think they look pretty good. And if you have like friends that like dinosaurs and stuff like that, I think they're pretty decent.
Cool.
This isn't a dinosaur.
I know this is a statue. If you know people that like statues, this is from McFarland or whatever. It's
Is it
Have you ever had?
50% off.
Have you ever?
Oh yeah,
Have-
McFarlane's doing DC Direct now. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever had like somebody like? So like since we're talking about gifts and statues and different stuff like that, like, have you ever had somebody just get you like the most random thing of like something you don't collect, but it's like the most random, like all right, they got me a statue of this, and it's like okay, like.
Every once in a while.
Well, that's why having the conversation, right? Like
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like,
somebody
don't-
who's a collector, you don't really know what to get them. Stands work, something like that, like a diorama piece or something. Then it's not like some random statue or something. Anyways, I also this was the Spawn, the Cygor. I think he looks pretty
Cygor,
cool.
yeah.
He is pretty
Right,
cool.
like you can throw him in there with your GI Joe classifieds or something like that. Just give him a big gigantic
No,
machine
you
gun.
can't. They didn't have cybernetic apes and G.I.
Okay,
he could
so
work. He could work stuff. So as gorilla, what's a gorilla grodd?
Gorilla
or whatever?
Grodd, right? Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. There you go. And then
There
I
you
know
go.
these things are not going to be out for the holidays, but once
The
again, if
General
you
Lee.
order somebody a ramen racer, you can fold it up in a piece of paper and give it to them in an envelope and say, one day you're going to end up with a 1/12 scale like car in either graphite black or tiger orange. And one of those would be John's almost favorite car.
They
That's
do they have
what
like a sticker package you can get like somewhere else that
Yeah, I think they have a
Sure.
sticker pack or something on their website or whatever. I just wanted to show off that you can. I mean, these are just ideas that you can like one up yourself. You got the Marshalls on their website. You got the Ace of Aviation. I think Dan, you said you grabbed this pack, right?
I did.
Yeah. So you're gonna get the Tom Cruise head.
Oh, I didn't get all three. I just got one of them, I think.
Oh, okay.
A little too much.
Yeah.
So
And
now
then-
that would have been the one thing that I would have asked had I not missed that show. Would have been, how do we promise that like this is actually going to get delivered and this is actually going to come out? That would be my only worry with that company.
But they are a
'cause-
reputable toy company. I mean, if you go look them
No,
up,
I
they,
understand.
they actually
I-
did the Silverhawk and stuff like that. So
I'm just saying, like, a lot of this stuff is pre-ordered with no release date attached to it. So it's like, how do you guarantee that 2 years from now you're going to get that? You know what I mean? Like that would be my only concern and worry with a company.
He gave
like
us a whole breakdown of when we should start expecting stuff to ship. So
yeah, no, I saw the video. I'm just saying that would be my number one concern, is because you've had companies like that Spaceballs that had a deal with Lucasfilm and still beat everybody out of their money. So
yeah,
He
but did
actually
they ever
delivered
deliver
everything he
anything?
ever
These
sold,
other guys
too,
actually.
so he
licensed
didn't break
stuff.
any rules or nothing.
Yeah.
Everything he sold was legit, kind of thing. The other thing, so just a similar topic, like I've pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store before,
mhm.
Yeah.
and 2 years later, still
Mhm.
never had the
Yes,
order
this is true.
and just
Yep.
canceled it. And I
Right.
got
And
my
they
money
don't.
back. So I'm
They
pretty sure you could do that with companies like this too. Like
Well,
if a year
but this,
goes by and they're still taking
this
pre-orders.
they're
Cancel
taking your money. Yeah, they're taking your money though up front. It's not like Big Bad Toy Store and stuff where your money's not coming out till the item actually ships. That's where my worry would come from. Like
Oh,
I hear you.
I currently have one of those NECA Street Dials on back order from Entertainment Earth, and it's been over a year and a half
Well,
that it's
yeah.
just been
that's-
every time it's about to come out, it gets pushed back another 2 months.
yeah,
So,
that's the company itself.
yeah.
And then
That's why
if you're looking at pre-orders, this wave just got announced and it's pretty cool. So like I mean,
Very cool.
theoretically, almost any one of these would make your action figure collector happy, right?
Probably, yeah.
$80 for that badass bear, man. Like I'm all over that.
Yeah.
Are you picking that up?
Oh, for sure. Me and my buddy were talking on the phone about when they go up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
So
We got to get them from a guy in Ontario.
Yeah, so they're really
So
cool.
is this like a weapon pack that comes with a head? The last
They
square?
have those as well. They do have weapons packs and heads packs.
So what happened? So what happened, John? This is a picture of the all-in pack, right? So like there was like a wave of figures that came out, and then if you get this all-in pack, you get that extra head.
That's it. Yeah.
To put on any guy or just
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's part of like the all-in.
it'll fit
pack,
on
the
anybody?
component.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's really great about this innovative toy company, the Four Horsemen guys. All of these figures, like they've got, the first buck, the second buck. They got a couple of different, strategies and designs, but all the parts are very swappable and customizable, and it's what makes them so loved in that community that they have, because so many of the guys, when they buy these, they are maybe getting extras and making their own custom characters, right? It's more of that role playing kind of vibe, and it's just when you make parts swappable like so easily. Like I know Vern like does the head swaps with the Star Wars and the G.I. Joes, and sometimes they're not always swappable. Even
Right. They make all their
same
stuff.
line of action figures.
Yeah, all their
Yeah,
stuff.
even if it's the same brand, 9 times out
No
of 10.
Two
it's not.
Origins too. The greatest when they first came out, they were $14 here in Canada, and I bought them all, and I took them all apart and swapped all their heads and their legs, and it was fantastic. And I really wish they had toys like that when I was a kid, like where you could easily just like Lego change your He-Man figure and Skeletor figure, and I think it's a great, man, and they're quality toys. These toys.
Yeah, so I think I mean any one of those. I know they're not out for Christmas, but I mean like if you wanted to surprise somebody with a bear or something like that, I think that's like a cool thing. The other thing I thought would be really cool is just to throw this up there. I didn't know Rick was going to be on today, but I wanted to highlight this creator here that we have in the show who's putting out these like really cool Star Wars pins. So if you're a Star Wars fan or you know somebody who's a Star Wars fan, they don't have to be action figures. These are almost like action figures. You can play with them on the go. Just take them off your shirt or whatever. And you got plenty of pins. The only problem is I don't know, are any of them going to get to them before Christmas? Do you have like a whole shipping department ramping up for the holidays?
I do. I just shipped out a bunch of stuff yesterday. So Jabba and Han and Luke are in production right now together.
Nice.
I will have those and ship them for Christmas.
Yeah, so I think
Rick's in the Great North. He's got his own little North Pole going over there.
yeah, so I think those are like
stuffers too.
I'll tell you what, you know what, like The cards are very quality. The pens are super quality. I think they're like fantastic, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Thanks.
everything,
I have a
every,
lot of fun making these. This is
the whole layout and
going,
everything.
and
It's really great.
it's my
Um,
niche, and I dig it.
So
Yeah.
one of the other ideas is, if you don't know the Stan Solo Creations, he does these like vintage action figures and stuff like that. I think they're pretty cool. They're priced right. He ships pretty quickly too. So like that's just another idea from like another small company, right? Like another company trying to make stuff that's just a little bit different.
For
Yeah.
sure. I'm all for the new characters he's making. I think it's
Yeah,
that's
long
my
Stoop should have
passion
been
is the
made
retros
anyways.
and
Yeah.
the vintage Star Wars style. So if there's multiple companies making cool figures that we never had as a kid,
Yeah.
I'm all for it, man. And if they're not $100 or $200, like, you know, a lot of figures are nowadays, when you miss it on the original release.
Right.
They're
So I think that's
quite
pretty
affordable.
cool. So you
Great
guys
idea.
got anything coming up this week that you want to plug before we head on out for the rest of the Saturday?
Gonna have the new G.I. Joe wave here, I think either Monday or Tuesday, which I think some of you guys might have gotten already, like Helix and Buzzer and Ripper, and I think General Hawk's the only one that's not shipping.
Dino's Colony?
Hey, let Vern answer it.
Vern, Dino's on the phone.
Yeah, I'm not talking to him right now.
I'm on the freaking YouTube with Vern. You know that.
So I got an early birthday present this week.
Nice.
If you haven't seen my
Nice.
video,
Nice.
check this out. So basically, I drew this head, and a sculptor sculpted it, and Gentle Giant produced it and shipped it. And I'm
pretty
so
cool.
proud of this, man. This is the first toy that I worked on, the card back and the figure as well. So had a little
That's
more
awesome.
input into it, but you know, the
That's really
body's an existing mold. But yeah,
That's
tomorrow's my born day, so
Yeah.
I don't,
That's
Eric,
cool,
Eric,
though.
do you have any videos you're going to post up this week on your YouTube channel?
I'm gonna post
No.
4 videos and get a total of 36 views.
Eric-
Let me think about that. No.
Eric's gonna show us how he's gonna finagle that NECA van into his
Yeah,
collection.
video.
That's what
That'll be cool.
It's not going into that cabinet. I have another Mills bow that has one less shelf that
Nice.
all my clone troopers are sitting in. I'm either gonna do it there, or the picture I sent in the chat. There's like this kind of built-in shelf, like kind of cabinet into the wall that was there when the house was made. So I might just take all of my like physical media, all my DVDs and whatnot are sitting there. So I might just
Okay.
find somewhere else to put all those and just shove the turtle van in that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how you set it up, because it looks really awesome, and you know, having
Have the
the
shelf be like this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah.
do you have anything coming up you're going to do?
I'm assuming we'll probably be doing the Toys and Fitness tomorrow. I did have a quick question for Eric, though, while I'm thinking about it. You used to mention Roosevelt's earlier. Is it a place that it's got RSVLTS?
Correct. That-
Okay.
Oh, they make the shirts.
Yeah.
They're quality shirts for sure.
I just got they made a holiday sweatshirt that was only on Shop Disney. It was like the Battle of Hoth, and like snow speeders were like instead of the tow cables, it was like Christmas lights and stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
The sweatshirt's really soft material. Yeah.
Right.
They
And
look nice. A little pricey,
Yeah.
but they look nice.
I was asking
Yeah,
there's some
about
discount
contact.
codes you can use on your first purchase, and they've got like I think their Black Friday sales already going on. Yeah.
Yep.
That's how Heroes and Villains is too. If you catch them on a sale, it's great. Or if you could find it in like the Disney outlet, it's great, because like the quality is unreal and how soft the stuff is. But it is very like super expensive if you're trying to buy something like new that just came in. You're looking at like $80 for a sweatshirt, and it's like
that brand to Roosevelt's, like they've got some Facebook group for like staying in touch with like the drops or whatever, because all of their stuff is like limited run. Oh my god, it is like a cult. People follow that stuff religiously.
I'll bet.
I mean, I say that in the nicest way possible,
Yeah,
because all of us have like a ton of fucking toys, right? Like,
yeah.
but like people go to that level with like
Collecting.
Roosevelt's like clothes and like sneakers. Everyone's got their own thing,
Dance,
and that's
soccer.
cool. It's
John,
just-
what do you got coming up this week?
I have the Shadow car, the cool car from the Shadow. So I'm gonna do a video on that, and I got
Is it
some figures to go along
purple?
with it. Huh?
Is it purple?
It's
Shadow's
kind of
purple, right?
purplish black. No, not the purple Shadow. The guy with the guns and the hat.
Oh, Kenner.
Alec
Shadow.
Baldwin or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Shadow.
gotcha. Sorry.
It's
You
only the
seen
Shadow.
Lack ripping open his Dick Tracy toys? Those are pretty fun videos.
Shadow.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dino said he was uninvited. That's not true because I put the link in the group chat for everybody to see and
You know,
join in.
like
Anyways, you guys, thanks for joining me this week
yeah.
on the show.
Perfect.
And everybody in the chat, thanks for stopping by. And Dino, thanks for calling and interrupting the show
Yeah,
before we can
Dino.
get finished. And everybody who stopped by, thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
Happy
Bye bye.
Thanksgiving,
Stay awesome,
Father.
everybody.
America.
Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys.